Hello everyone! Thank you so much for joining us, or joining me from home this time. So we have completed our first week of shelter in place. Congratulations everyone for getting there. I'm going to wait a few moments for people to join the sketching class. Hello, welcome. Hi, if you have a beret, feel free to go grab it, put it on. This is the only beret I have, and it is leopard print and it's fuzzy. So I am enjoying this very much. You might be asking why the beret? And I just want to, because today we are doing something special. We have a special theme. It's a French theme. So bonjour everybody. Hello Sierra. Hello, thank you so much for joining us. All right, well, just a few announcements. We are going to be having a story time every day this week through Friday. And they're going to be at 11 a.m. every single day. We're also going to be having other programs on Facebook Live at 3 p.m. each day as well. So make sure to tune in at 11 as well as 3 o'clock. And you can see all of our events on our Facebook as well as our website. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop an email to us at library@losgatosca.gov. All right, hi Andrea, hello everybody, bonjour. Thank you so much for joining us for our French themed sketching class. Today we're going to start off with just telling you guys what materials I have once again. So I've got a few sharpened pencils here. I also have an eraser somewhere. I'm going to find it eventually. And I have a few pens of different thicknesses here. And some colored markers as well. So we're going to add some color if there's time. All right, so we're gonna first start out. Last week we drew a sheepdog, an English sheepdog, and today we are going to be drawing, or starting out with this drawing. Let me put on my mirror here. All right, so if you can see that, we are going to follow all these steps, and then we're gonna end up with this poodle, because as you know, poodles are French. So I'm gonna put this off to the side, and I'm going to have my drawing here so that you all can see. Okay, so just to demonstrate the difference between two different kinds of strokes. So here is a very definitive line, right? Because I practice drawing a lot, that's actually pretty straight. But for those who aren't used to drawing as much, it's kind of hard to have a very straight, definitive line like that. So we are going to do sketching like this so that we can be a little more precise. So start out by practicing just making some lines by doing these little strokes like that. And then it'll kind of get you nice and ready for our drawing. Okay? So just so that you can see better, I'm going to turn the page. Okay. And we're going to start out with the dog's body. And we're going to do those nice little strokes that I just demonstrated. And you can just follow what I'm doing here. We're making this back edge of the derriere of the poodle kind of go down like that. And then we're going to slightly bring the body upwards and is our line. And this is going to come a little bit in as well. So see that this upper line of the body is kind of slightly going downwards, like this. And then this is kind of, the stomach is kind of going inwards like that. All right, so there's our body. And we are going to add the shape of the head. So starting from here, actually no, I was wrong. Starting from around here, we are going to draw the neck, the back of the neck. And that is going to be a slanted line that curves inwards this way. Got the top of the head there. And then we are going to do the snout, like so. All right. And here we are going to draw the front of the neck, connect it with the body like that. Okay, it looks a little weird right now, but just hang on. It's gonna get better, I promise. Okay, and so here was the derriere. That's French for backside. We are going to draw a little line, a straight line right there. And then right in front of that straight line, we are going to draw another line, but curve it over to here. So that's going to be that back leg in our view. Okay, and then we're going to kind of connect these two parts there. All right. Next, we are going to work on this bottom leg, sorry, not bottom leg, front leg. And we're gonna have it slightly angled outwards. These skinny little legs. And then we're gonna make another outline for the back leg here. So we got those 3 lines formed. Then we are going to start the tail just about right here, right there. So that's the start of the tail. Okay. And then this is kind of a weird step, but maybe about a little bit downwards and in back of these back legs over here, we're going to start the outline of the back legs. And it's going to go something like this. Okay, so it's very disjointed right now, but it's going to turn into a fantastic poodle very soon. All right, and now we are going to, poodles are very, they've got this really crazy hairstyle, and they're poofy in certain places. So we are going to make that poof of the head come out from around here, this part of the snout, and we're going to sort of give it that poofy head, nice and round, like this. I hope everyone is doing well, and staying healthy, staying at home, all that good stuff. Okay, then we are going to add a little more poofy lines on the body here. So this book that I'm drawing from is basically showing you how to draw 50 different dog breeds, but they're all sort of the style of show dogs. So most of the poodles I see walking around with their owners outside don't have this particular hairstyle where they're shaved in the back and all that, but this is how we're going to draw the poodle today. It's a very proper poodle. Okay, all right, so there is our poof of the hair, and then we've got to connect to these back legs. So from this hind leg situation over here, we are going to connect the legs this way. So this point that we drew earlier can connect to this point here, and this line that we drew earlier, this point can connect to that point in the back there. All right, now we are going to sharpen this nose over here. Make sure that that nose is looking nice and poodle-like. We're going to add an ear. Okay, so let's add this ear around the middle of that circle, a little bit to the left of the middle of that circle of the poof that we just drew. We're going to start this ear, and it's going to come down in this curvy, almost teardrop, upside down teardrop shape, like that. Okay, now it's starting to look like a poodle. Okay, we're going to also add a little poof as the tail, so a circle shape over here. All right, here we go. Okay, and it's okay if your circle's not perfect, it's totally fine. Where am I? Okay, so then we are going to kind of poof up these legs over here, because this might be the underneath part of their front legs, but they've got fancy fur around their legs. So we are going to poof up the leg like this, and then poof it up again on that back leg there. And we're going to add some framework for the feet. So add this little line over here, and then add this foot over here, and this line. Okay. And then the back legs are also going to have some poofs just like this tail. So I'm going to add some circles to our dog's legs here, and another circle in the back. Make this one a little smaller because it's in perspective, it's behind. Okay, and then we're going to add the framework for the back feet as well, and the back feet like this. And I'm not doing that good of a job here, but make sure that your feet are lined up nicely so that one of the feet is not like all the way up here. So, or if that does happen, you can make it a dancing poodle. Its back legs can be in the air, or its front legs can be in the air. Anything you want. Okay. What next here? So we have our full framework for this poodle. Now we can, here's where I need an eraser, and I need to find my eraser. Where did that go? I don't know where my eraser is. Okay, I found it. All right, give you a chance to catch up there. I'm going to sort of erase some of these lines that we don't really need anymore. These were just some sketchy lines. And that's kind of why we want to have those really light sketchy lines, because not all of those are going to be in the final picture. And so it's easier to erase those lines. All right, so we're going to erase some of these lines over here. To make them nice and faint. Oh, wow. Look at how round my poodle's puffy hair is. That's actually, I'm quite satisfied. Okay, let's maybe get rid of some of these lines over here. We're gonna fill everything in nicely in a bit. Okay. What else? I'm gonna erase this part so the ear doesn't look transparent. Okay, and okay, so now we're gonna give it some more defining features. And we're going to make sure, okay, this is my favorite part, to make the hair look really curly. We are going to put these curls on the edges here. Going to curl these edges. Some curls there. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm sort of, if you want to see up close, I'm just adding these curls to the edges over there. Okay, and I just saw your comment, Catherine, about slowing down. I'm so sorry. We'll definitely give you guys a little more time. And definitely poodles are kind of hard to draw, so we're all sort of struggling together in this. It's got a lot of defining features here. Okay, we're gonna add some curls there. And we're gonna add a little to the nose, make it nice and round, but still keeping that pointy edge there, you can see. All right, we're gonna add some shading to the ear. And we will definitely add this video to our, or we'll save it to our page. So if you guys want to go back later, you can totally go back and go through some of those instructions again, because I know it can be a bit overwhelming trying to follow everything. Okay, then we're going to add some more curls to all the outer edges to give it that nice poofy look. Nice and poofy. Going to add some of that framework again to the feet. kind of finish that up there. I'm going to add some shading to the bottom of the furry body. Those nice, steady sketch lines here, as well as to the body over here. I'm going to add some darker outlines to the body. That's the shaved part of the body in the back, and then we're going to kind of define these lines a little better from our sketches earlier. So just outline everything. Outline everything so that it's more finished. And we're gonna sketch in this back leg here so that it really does look like it's behind everything. And I forgot to erase some of these sketch lines from before, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add some more curls. So this part right here is not furry, so I'm not going to add those curls, but I am just going to outline the lines that we did earlier. But these circular parts are curly, so I am going to add those curls to the outer edges of those circles, and I'm going to finish the feet. There we go. Okay, and then we can also sketch in the back leg. So both of the back legs will sort of be sketched in to give that perspective once again. Okay, if you want to, you can take a pen and maybe outline some of the more defining features to make it look more finished. You can put more curls, you can put more shading. You can finish erasing those lines so it looks more clean. All right, but it's your drawing, so you can give it more personality. You can even give it a speech bubble. And you can have it say something. My poodle is going to say, bow wow. Isn't it interesting how dogs in different cultures say different things? So here in English, it says bark or woof. In French, they say bow wow. In Korean, they say mung mung. You can let us know in the comments what dogs say in your language. All right. So there, voila. There is our poodle. And I'd love to see your finished drawings in the comments as well. If you want to post a picture of your poodle, please feel free to do so. I'm sure they are all masterpieces. All right, so there's our poodle. We are going to move on to one more drawing that's sort of on the theme of French theme that we have, and it's going to be, if you're familiar with Madeline, this is a collection of Madeline stories by Ludwig Bemelmans, and he is one of my favorite illustrators. So we are going to do this drawing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story of Madeline, but this is when she's actually stuck in the hospital because she got her appendix out. And she's looking out the window and it says, outside were birds, trees, and sky. And so 10 days passed quickly by. So hopefully the time that we have to spend indoors is going to quickly pass by as long as we are keeping ourselves occupied and drawing and reading and doing our schoolwork or doing our work, anything to keep us occupied. And it's comforting to know that everything outside of our windows, Mother Nature is still doing her work. The sun is still shining, the clouds are still giving us rain. All of that good stuff is still happening outside of our window. So, for this drawing, let's actually grab a pen or a pencil. If you don't feel comfortable with a pen, that's totally fine. You can still use a pencil. For this drawing, though, I am going to use a nice thick pen. Okay, so it's got sort of a thicker tip there, and this is going to be sort of a fun, quick little sketch where we can draw what's outside of our window. All right, so we are going to follow Ludwig Bemelmans' illustration that I just showed you, but then we are going to give it a twist on what's actually outside of our window. So let's give the framework first of the window. So let's draw a squiggly line like this. And then we're going to draw, that's the top of the curtain, by the way. We are going to draw the curtain on the left side like that. And then the curtain on the right side like that. And it's totally fine if your perspective is different from mine. So we're gonna add the bottom of the curtain there and the bottom of the curtain here. It's looking a little wonky, isn't it? That's okay. It's totally fine. We'll see where this goes. And the bottom of the window sill is about right here. So we're gonna add that line. All right, then we've got these beautiful French windows in this Madeline scene here. So these French windows open outwards and there's going to be a line like this, and don't connect it all the way to the bottom, but we're going to have them open outwards. So there's the bottom of our window, and we're going to add some framework to that window. We're going to give it some borders right here. Some borders like that. We're going to start on the right side of the window over here. And we are going to bring that window all the way down, connect it to the bottom here, and give it that border that we did to the left side. Okay, I'll give you a chance to catch up here. All right, so what we did so far is we added the top of the curtain up at the top with a squiggly line. You can be as messy as you want. And then we added another squiggly line for both sides of the curtain, right over here, right over there, down here, down over here. And then we added the framework of the windows that are being pushed outwards. And then we're gonna give our window maybe a little bit of shine to it. So the windows are glassy and give them a little bit of a sheen. We're going to give our curtains a little more life and have them be very drapey. So we're giving some wrinkles to the curtains on both sides. Like that. Okay, we're going to finish that curtain off there. Okay. And we're going to maybe make our top curtain a little bit drapey and wrinkly as well. I'm going to finish these wrinkles over here. So now we've got this more square shape over here. And then, okay, so it looks like outside of their window, or outside of Madeline's hospital window, she has a sun. So if you want to, you can draw what I'm drawing, or you can draw what's outside of your window. It's not very sunny today, so you might want to draw some clouds that are filled with rain. But I'm going to follow the drawing and I'm going to pretend that it's a sunny day. So we're going to draw the sun, the round face. And it's smiling. Got a nose there and a smile. Don't forget the sun rays. Adding these triangles around the sun. All right. And the sun is shining really bright. So we're adding those rays. Okay, and it looks like there's a tree outside of Madeline's window, so we are going to draw some leaves on this tree. So drawing these leaves. Adding more of those leaves. What else do we have here? Maybe a branch from the tree. We're gonna create a branch. And what makes a branch look more realistic is making it thin in some places and thicker in other places. So I'm gonna make it thin up here. Very thin up here. It's gonna have these little flowers attached to it. And I like to make the top flowers a little bit more smaller, and as I go down, they get bigger. Then I'm going to add more of those leaves. Right here. All right. Looks like we should probably set up the line of where the earth is. So the earth is going to be around here. So that's where the earth is there. She also has a little dragonfly outside of her window. So we're going to draw this dragonfly. It's got that long body there and a little head. Here we go. And she's also got some birds outside of her window, so I am going to try to fit one in right over here in this section of the window. And her birds look like this. So they've got the beak and the eye and the wings and the tail, like that. And it's soaring towards the sun. Okay. And because of time, we are unfortunately running out of time now. So you can finish the drawing by adding something that's outside of your window. I have an orange tree actually, so I can add an orange like that. I also have been seeing a little black squirrel in my backyard every single day, multiple times a day. It's running around in my backyard, the same little black squirrel. So I'm going to draw the squirrel from memory. So we've got maybe its little ears and its little face, and it's black. So and draw its body. And its tail. Fuzzy tail. And its legs. All right, so there's my little black squirrel. Okay. Well, what you can do now is you can fill in some of these drawings with some colored pencils or some markers. You can make the sun yellow. You can even follow Ludwig Bemelman's style, and you can make it sort of a monochromatic image where you've got one main color coloring everything. So he chose yellow. You can choose your favorite color, anything like that. And again, this will be recorded, so you can always go back. If I went a little too fast, I apologize. You can always go back and look at the video later, replay certain parts if you missed anything. And there's our drawing, and there is our poodle that we did today. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. And in order to pass the time, you can also just draw a scene from your own window. You can draw what's in front of you right now, whether you're at the kitchen table or at your desk in your room. Feel free to do that. You can draw a portrait of someone who lives with you, anything. Just keep practicing drawing and you'll get better and better each day. All right, make sure to tune in to our story times at 11 a.m. each weekday. So we're going to be having one tomorrow. I'll be doing that one tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we'll be having other programs at 3 p.m. on the weekdays as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. A bientôt!